Welcome to this week's energy forecast. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Sarah Louise, an intuitive and a reader of the cosmic weather. And I'm here to share with you what's coming up this week. So what's happening in that cosmic environment and how you can best navigate yourself through the weather of this week. So, kind of feel like I just want to say, like, well done, congratulations, I'm so proud of you. You made it through 2 extremely potent eclipses, and you know, they really weren't for the faint-hearted. And you're on this channel, so you've been doing the work, you're aware, you're conscious, and you know, that wasn't an easy ride. If you really tuned into yourself, that would have brought up some real old toxic traits, behaviors, relationships, stories, internally, externally. You would have seen so much clearer through those last few weeks, because that eclipse light is so strong and it just shines on all this stuff, and it creates changes, eclipses things out of our lives, and there's massive epiphanies and revelations, and you know, it's pretty huge. So depending on your personal chart to how huge that is, but I don't believe there's anybody on this planet that hasn't been touched in some way by these eclipses. Some it's just this little, you know, wake up call of oh, and others it's been, you know, massive life changes, you know, massive big decisions, stepping out of relationships, stepping into relationships, you know, out of jobs. Like, it's been huge. And for a lot of people, there's some really old, toxic, you know, addictive, obsessional kind of old ways that, you know, we've kind of maybe lived in and been aware of, but, you know, held it on our periphery, that it's been like bang, center of focus. Eclipses, I believe, and I believe the kind of eclipse season, and we are actually still in it, comes into, I call it our divine intervention, comes in to go, okay, where are you at? Is that the path of your highest potential? Are you slacking anywhere? What needs to be done? And it just kind of does this little shift shaping thing, and we come out of the eclipse season and we are most definitely different, and things have most definitely changed, whether they're just internal shifts within us, whether they're external, there's always a shift. So we're on the back of that second lunar eclipse in Scorpio. You know, it's just happened on the weekend, so you're gonna, you know, possibly still be feeling that energy a bit. And I don't believe that the eclipse energy completely dissipates until definitely after the next new moon, which is the 20th, depending on where you are, 19th, 20th of May. But, you know, eclipse cycles last kind of, you know, 6 to 12 months. But the real intense energy part of it, I believe, is a week before, peaks at the eclipse, and then a kind of week or 2 afterwards. And then when we get to that next new moon or full moon, there's a clearing. Yeah, it's like, okay, we can, you know, we're in that new path of what was begun. So between now, especially this week, until the 20th, I would love your focus to be on detoxing, cleansing, and clearing. Okay, when I say that, I really don't want you to go into, okay, you know, big detox, big clean, you know, really strict. It's not about that. Yeah, it's a nurturing detox, it's a nurturing cleansing, and it's an internal and an external. This is the perfect time now, on the back, before we begin that new moon cycle on the 20th. This is the perfect time to kind of clean up. Yeah, eclipses can cause some chaos. Yeah, it can kind of send us all a bit. Yeah, so it's like cleanup time. What's toxic? What BS are you carrying around? What old story has come up? What can you do now? You know, what addictions, obsessions have you found have been brought to the surface, and how are you going to clean them up? That Scorpio eclipse, you know, was beautiful for really bringing our shadow self to center. How can you do a bit of shadow work? Yeah, and remember that this is work that we have to do ourselves. Yeah, because our minds, is within us. Yeah, we can definitely get some support and help on how to do the work, but this is, you know, this is our self-work of really kind of becoming aware of the mind and its programs and its patterns and its cycles, and if there's any in there that are wrapped in trauma, toxic, disengaging from them, being aware of them, not acting on them. You know, there's some stuff in there we're never going to change. We're never going to change that narrative, but we don't have to act on it. We can just go, oh yeah, I know that story. I know, yep, I'm aware of how that mind wants to, you know, take me on that, but I'm not going to act on that because I know where that takes me. So definitely some kind of mind detoxing, clearing, cleansing, letting go, surrendering. Also in our external environment, so looking at the people around you. If there's toxic relationships, you know what to do. You know, if there's any toxicity in your food, you know, not being like, right, that's it, nothing, but just, you know, how can I become cleaner? How can I clean this up a little bit? How can I be more healthy? Yeah, it's that. Yeah, so it's about nurturing ourselves. It's about loving ourselves, not berating, not smashing, it's not that. You know, that's super the old way. So in the skies, you know, there's not massive, the universe, you know, does this lovely, gives us a big hit of something and then goes, okay, now adjust to that. So I feel like this week's a very much an adjustment week. Yeah, and don't get me wrong, it's not, there's nothing going on, because that eclipse energy is still really potently with us. Like that created like a big, it was Scorpio. It doesn't get much rawer or deeper than that. So there's still that going on, but there's nothing else kind of coming in that's too much. So I believe that we have the opportunity to really, you know, recover, rest, slow it down, have a look at what's come up, you know, have a look at what we've got on our table, you know, start clearing, cleansing. You might kind of go, oh, this morning I'm going to take a couple of hours and I'm just going to clear out those cupboards. I'm going to clear off my desk, kind of over clutter. I'm going to step back from that relationship because it's not really serving me anymore. I don't really feel good in that anymore. So I'm really going to consciously do that. And remember that all of this work is just making us much more aware and much more conscious. And when we are more aware and more conscious, we are stepping in a way that we want to step. Yeah, and we're walking a path that we're truly choosing in the present moment, not choosing from, you know, a battered old part of us or a, you know, traumatized child. You know, we're coming from our mature, adult, conscious state who's fully aware of it all. So I believe we're in really beautiful times. I believe that there is the potential for so much healing at the moment, so much awareness, and there's, you know, we've up-leveled in our consciousness, and I feel like now we've kind of got to bring ourselves back into alignment of that. And I know that sounds a bit dramatic, but, you know, the times that we're living in, this is dramatic. But we chose to be here, so it's all good. There's no negative here. I feel like it's super positive. So I want you to have a really loving, nurturing, cleansing, clearing, beautiful, looking after you, self-love week. And yes, do that work, but do it in a really self-loving way. You know, if stuff's really on the table and it's uncomfortable, you know, do some work and then go for a nice walk and do a bit of self-work and then go take a magnesium bath. Don't run to the kitchen to, you know what I mean. So go easy this week, chill out, relax, look after you. Yeah, we have next week we've got Jupiter doing a beautiful movement which is really beneficial for us, and we have that new moon. So, you know, we start again in a new cycle, and, you know, there's going to be different focuses. So this week, chill out, relax. Yeah, you've had a really big few weeks and you deserve just to chill. So have a beautiful week. I don't have any live online sessions this week. As I say, it's chill week. So, you know, if you've got meds from before, then, and you feel like you need to tune into one of our meds, then, you know, play a download that we've already done. I'll be back here next week to give you our next week's forecast, and yeah, we have our next live online session is the 16th of May, when Jupiter takes that movement into Taurus. I'm excited about that one. Some nice expansion in some of those areas that we like love and money. Anyway, have an amazing week. More about that next week, and I send you heaps and heaps of love.